Joining me live now is Chuck Marino, former DHS advisor, Secret Service agent. He was on the senior leadership team that implemented the See Something, Say Something campaign, now the CEO of Sentinel Security Solutions. Chuck, thank you so much for joining us. Now, you're a security expert here. What goes into keeping a highly populated location like a subway station secure?
Yeah, it's tough right now. We're, counting on the participation of the citizens of New York, that if they see something that doesn't look right or feel right, to report it to the police. You're also relying on the normal patrols of the police department. This is where we have seen over the past several years the efforts of defunding police across the country have more of a direct impact. NYPD was not exempt from this. The previous mayor, de Blasio, supported defunding the police, supported the NYPD decreasing their budget significantly, and that led to mass retirements, mass resignations. It impacted recruiting, and it impacted overall morale. And so what it did was it hurt community policing efforts, where subways are usually included in that. And that's why we see an absence of law enforcement manpower from the subway system. So it's going to take quite some time to recover from that, Nichole.
Well, the mayor is floating the idea of adding metal detectors to those stations. Do you think something like that, could have prevented or would prevent this type of incident?
It certainly would have helped. Let's talk about the pros and the cons of that type of technology. Obviously, they can detect weapons of all kinds. There is new technology out there utilized by many that can have a throughput of several thousand people per unit per hour. So from that standpoint, it's good. The inconvenience, no longer long wait times, but it's manpower intensive. You have to have people run those machines. You have to have people do secondary searches. So really, the mayor has proposed that, but I think there's going to be a longer term conversation if he does go that direction, how exactly it needs to be done. But the short answer is the technology does exist.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, we're talking about, millions of people use this transit. So
Right.
then, how do you get all of them to go through that successfully? No, we did learn that, there were cameras inside the subway station that were malfunctioning. Transit officials actually just alerted days before this happened. How much of an impact do you think those faulty cameras ended up having on the manhunt for James? Obviously, now in custody, but the fact that those cameras were malfunctioning, could it have been faster?
Yeah, I think the answer to that is yes. I think the fact that they were malfunctioning, listen, it happens, right? But part of putting these, cameras up is also maintaining them. So the fact that they weren't maintained and operational, obviously, is something that needs to be addressed immediately. I think if they were working, I think we would have had greater situational awareness to how the events unfolded that day. We would have probably had some better pictures readily available of the suspect that could have been released sooner to the community to participate in identifying and finding this suspect. But, there are redundancies in New York City. There is a vast network of technological solutions across the city, including cameras, including network analytics and other technologies. So there was redundancy there. That's the good thing.
And obviously excellent work by law enforcement, getting him into custody ultimately. All right, Chuck Marino, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.